Who would like to recap us?
I take that as a me. I'm down. Here, let me grab my notes because I apparently did not open those. But I can start off with we had pretty much made our final preparations for going to the prison planet. Let's see. Here we go. I got my notes pulled up. Okay. And oh wait, nope. There, that's the right date. So we had done a little bit of info gathering. We had tried to find like schematics on the prison. No dice there. Couldn't find any kind of layout schematics. But we decided to head on to Narkina 5. We got some exterior shots. That was about the extent of what we could get for schematics. They wanted us to land out on the side of like away from, we weren't landing like in the facility. We were landing kind of on the very steep rocky mountains nearby. And then going to make our way slightly uphill to the hangar entrance. On our way, we had some very dangerous, treacherous rocks we had to climb over, and two of our members did not keep their footing. Both Troy and yeah, Troy fell over, and Varlo caught him, and then Christand also fell, and Troy used some crazy force shenanigans to catch him, not hiding that at all. Maybe out of line of sight of the camera. We're not totally positive.
Probably.
Varlo,
it seems likely it was out of line of sight.
Barlow reckons it was like right at the edge of where we could see, or where the cameras could see. So he's like a little nervous, also because Varlo very well knows what happens to people who can do that if they get caught doing that. But we met our contact, Galem, Gelem Urba, I believe. He's a lieutenant junior grade. We were using aliases. We were not using our normal names. We had Varlo is going by Arvin, Troy is going by Alexander, and Christand is going by a name that we had not determined because Ben was not here, so we were going to let him pick his name. But presumably we've been calling him that name. Yeah, we had made our way over, and we had just rendezvoused with the sort of crew that had come out to meet us and lead us back to the hangar, and we were just starting our trek from where we met them back to the hangar.
Cool. Great. Thanks. Yeah. So you guys are at this station platform being escorted into the guts of the penal colony. I believe you were talking about all kinds of schemes to try to get some information from in here. And I don't think that you ultimately set any of those up.
Yeah, we never decided, like, set in stone any of them. I believe the best of our plans that we had more or less decided to go with gut reaction wise was get in, go meet up with people and see if we can spot a terminal, like an kind of out of the way terminal that Christand could go tinker with.
The understanding that based on the quality of our cover story, even if things go awry and we aren't able to make any progress, this still shouldn't be a bust. Like, we'll come out of this with additional information about the location.
Yeah, we were like at least scouting the facility a little bit to know what to do next time, like what to do better next time if this doesn't go our way.
Cool.
And are we doing any of the vignettes, or are those later?
Oh, Ben's in them, so
yeah, I guess we can hold off until he gets here and then do them.
That's fine.
Yeah, because we only have 3 players, so I only have.
Cool.
Yep. Who wants to roll for Christand while we're waiting?
I can do it this time. I think we made Sam do it last time.
Cool. Great. So the 3 of you, like I said, are sort of surrounded, not with like a heavy deployment of stormtroopers. It's like 4 or 5, like clearly enough that they're not worried about you being a particular threat, They're being led by, a low grade officer who has come to escort you. They sort of check your identification, and all checks out. You guys are flying under the fake transponder, so that all checks out. And then they lead you into the installation. These huge blast doors slide open, and you go in. Classic Imperial styling, gray corridors, white little oblong lights here and there, blast doors periodically. Not too many people moving around. You do spot a kind of like guard outpost, like a stormtrooper outpost, where like there are some more stormtroopers right there. Looking at these stormtroopers, they are not in the best shape. Their armor looks pretty beaten up. Definitely has not been upgraded for quite a few years. Some of it even looks ill-fitting on some of them. They're looking, not exactly the total dregs of the Empire, but it doesn't look like they're putting a high priority on security, on physical security from your guys just like glancing around.
I look over at Galen Merba and just kind of mention in passing, looks like your troops are a bit on the ragged side. Has everything been going all right?
Kind of looks over his shoulder at you, shrugs. First of all, give me a persuasion.
Oh, right. This is not a D20. Give me a moment.
That would be amazing.
33 persuasion. No.
Okay. He kind of looks at you askance and kind of silently shakes his head and keeps going.
I'm going to use sense to try and read surface thoughts.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, that might do it. Hang on. Yes. Standard
Cool.
success.
Okay, great. 1 point per surface level thought / question. So the thought that you get is this guy's asking some questions that you should
no, sorry. I'm digging for specifically like why the fuck are the stormtroopers beat up? I know that his surface thoughts are this guy's asking a lot of questions.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you ask that looking around. It's just, resources are tight. There's no particular reason. It's just, yeah, the Empire, this is not a high priority Imperial installation.
That is what I needed. All right.
Yep. And I think, Varlo, in your experience, this is actually pretty typical for probably like 80% of Imperial facilities that you've visited in all of your intelligence gathering missions. Like whenever you have to go to an actual physical facility to kind of report or send information and that sort of thing, they're all usually pretty scruffy, like these guys. Like only the top 10-20% where they have politicians come through or have high-ranking military people or that are strategically very important get the nice shiny people or the the Imperial Navy.
Yeah.
Anything that you guys want to be doing as you're being led sort of through the complex here? They're not taking you like deep into it, but you do have a walk of a few minutes.
Barlow is like mentally trying to map this place out in his head as we go.
Okay, cool.
And note any unusual entry, like passageways that seem out of place or specially like marked or anything like that.
Great. Do you have a skill you want to use or just intelligence? Like espionage or something?
Let's see. I have some.
You do perception on that.
Yeah, I was like, I can try like a perception or something of that nature.
Yeah, perception works.
Cool. Man, my sheet is on. There we go. I finally got to the right page. Okay. Perception. Sorry, I am not very good with these new things. Okay, it looks like that. Okay, so I rolled a 67. I believe I
Okay,
have a
yeah,
70,
it's a regular success.
75, so we're good.
Yep.
Standard success.
Cool. You've got a pretty good idea of how to get back out of this place. It was only like 3 or 4 turns, and you've got a pretty good idea of like the web work. You know, the Empire pretty much builds everything on a standard template so that construction costs are, you know, efficient and everything like that.
I figure this is some sort of like modular kind of like blocked out space.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm as we're going through the through the area, and this is more idle curiosity than anything, but I'm trying to identify weak spots where if we needed to blow this place, are there locations where bombs would be more or less likely to take down the whole location?
Cool. Do you have engineering?
I have demolitions.
Oh, you do?
Hey, there we go.
I didn't know that.
I mean,
oh, you barely have demolitions.
wait.
I've blown one thing up one time on accident.
Yes, lots of explosives would be needed to destroy this thing.
All right, it's fine. I got my check mark. That's what I care about.
Can I blow it up? Okay, so you guys
can Kristan spot any terminals? That's his prime thing he's here for. He's looking for any security any like terminal access.
Definitely go
or
ahead.
If he doesn't see any actual terminals, maybe like indication of like electronics in a certain area that like might point towards that.
Yep, for sure.
I'm actually going to check for the same thing. Specifically,
none of his stats or his
electronic conduits that are likely to lead to a security terminal.
I think I'm going to say you're distracted by your terrible demolition attempt.
Yep.
So you tell me if this, whatever I don't know, whatever this should kind of roll this should be for Kristan, or actually, Troy, I guess, Ken, you're rolling for Kristan.
Yep. Yeah. Tell me what I need.
Yeah, this is still a perception because it really is just like looking around. However, it's I mean, he doesn't have a lot of skill, but if he nails it, he's going to get a lot of information.
Ooh, 0, 0. God damn it.
Another 0?
Yeah. So
critical fail.
I rolled 100. Motherfucker.
God damn it.
And then it wasn't.
Yeah. What is a critical fail for Kristan looking for a plugin look like to you?
I mean, honestly, critical fail on information gathering is wrong information, right?
Yeah, I think he's like really confident it's somewhere that it's not.
Yeah.
Like that would make the most sense to me.
Yeah. I think it's fair to say that he has never actually been inside a imperial military facility. So he's looking for connections that he's accustomed to looking for on the civilian side, and he sees some things that he misidentifies as, oh yeah, I can get in there, I can get in there, I can get in there. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he's thinking administrative buildings, and this is military facilities.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah. Great. So you guys get escorted around, finally into a little sort of side office. Clearly, you know, not used very often. You know, the Empire tends to overbuild things. That's kind of their thing. So there's all kinds of barely used rooms. And here there's an Imperial officer with Lieutenant Junior grade epaulets, nods. A couple of the stormtroopers kind of they all leave the room, so they take you in here. The lower rank officer gives Gillum a little passcode thing. They all walk out. You see a couple of the stormtroopers position themselves outside the door, and the door slams closed. Gillum looks at you. He's probably early 30s, which is a little bit old for his rank, you think, Varlo. So he's maybe not like a super, rank climber. He's got, pretty clean shaven, good crisp uniform in contrast to the stormtroopers. He's got fairly light blonde hair that extends to his eyebrows, look kind of almost excessively white. And he kind of looks over at you and gives you a nod and says, okay. Arvin, Alexander, Mystery, good to meet you. Good to meet you. Thanks for making contact. Always appreciate meeting some new deliverers. Sometimes my regulars can't make it. And sometimes we need some special things, which it sounds like you maybe got me.
I reckon we do.
Gellum, I've been corresponding with you, obviously. So would you mind if I see what you brought us?
Alexander?
I take my pack off. Is there like a table or something
Yes,
that I can set it on?
yeah, there's just a table in here. There's no chairs. There
Okay.
is
I set my pack down on the
like one-way glass.
I was gonna say, is there any obvious security cameras in here that we're being recorded?
There is a security camera in the corner. Yep.
I kind of glance over at that and cock an eyebrow at our contact.
Cool. Both of you give me a perception check.
Success.
Wait, I might this time. Not quite.
Varlo, you glance up, you see that the light that would normally be blinking that indicates that it's active is not on. Alexander, you kind of give him a raised eyebrow, and Gellum gives you a raised eyebrow back.
I just look over to him and nod. Like I'm looking to Troy, Alexander, and just nodding.
Okay. I will shrug my shoulders, open up the pack, and take out the little cigar box that we have.
Great. Yeah, you take out the cigar box, and Gellum is looking at it. Like, you can tell he's pretty eager to see what you got.
Is there anyone else in here with us?
No one else.
Is there a terminal around here?
No, it's just a blank interrogation room, pretty much.
Okay.
There's almost surely one on the other side of that one-way mirror kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
That doesn't help me even a little bit.
Slide the box over.
I start to slide the box over, and then I put my hand on it.
Okay.
Are we sure that this is fully secure? And while I'm having that conversation with him, I'm attempting to probe a little bit deeper on sense. Like, okay. I want to get a feel for what his thoughts about the security of the location is.
Cool.
So I'll spend more force points and go for a deeper.
Okay.
And that would be, wait for a second, hang on. Not quite a hard success.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. So that's 2 force points. Yeah, you get the sense that he's almost confused by your action. He's like, yeah, like there's like stormtroopers right outside. Like, you're in the middle of a military facility. Where do you think you guys are going to go?
I'm more digging for what sort of, like, how did he manage to shut off the electronic surveillance?
And he presumably
okay. Go ahead and burn another 2 force points for that. This is standard operating protocol. Like, he's an officer in charge of bribery. Like, this is how the things roll in the Empire, which is why Varlo is so like pissed off at them. Like, Varlo just saw you commit. If Varlo walked in and was like, I'm a military officer, I saw this guy using a Jedi power, you would be immediately detained. He would get a massive reward. Like, this is why these guys are fuck ups.
Okay. All right. That gives me what I need.
Yeah. So this is all, everything's going according to plan on there from Gellum's perspective. Like, you guys are doing what you're supposed to be doing. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're getting the goods, etc.
You know what? Can I push even deeper and try to find out like what he had to accomplish specifically in order to get people to look the other way? Like, is this just a matter of he is an important enough figure that he can be like, hey, take a break? Or was there some specific security protocol that he had to enact in order for there to not be eyes on us while we delivered drugs to him?
Yeah, I think that's just another 2 force points because it's not even that deeply hidden. So yeah, he put a notice into the stormtrooper sergeant that there were going to be visitors. That notice was verbal. It was not written down anywhere. So he went to the captains or the sergeant and said, "Hey, we're gonna have some visitors. Make sure to meet them." He talked to the junior officer there that was like, "You just be in charge and get him over to me." All the telecom stuff in this room is just on the other side of that one-way mirror, basically. So he just like uses passcode to go in. Let's click, turn things off.
Okay.
So it looks like he's doing all of that with regards to obscuring the communications that you guys, or that Christan specifically, I think, was navigating. That was all like in semi code, not like encrypted or anything like that, but like the words that were being used, it's kind of like when my dad used to drive me to high school and I would be talking with my friends about D&D, he's like, "I understand the words that you're using in English, but I don't know what the hell you're talking about."
Yep.
Like that sort of thing. So, someone glancing at it casually would be like, this is obviously gibberish, or it doesn't make sense, and so it wouldn't like trigger any like security checks along those lines. It would just like get passed on through as regular communications. So relatively minimal, and his superiors know that this is happening. Like the base commander knows that this is the deal because he's assigned this dude to be in charge of it.
All right, that gives me what I need. Thank you.
I wonder what all this is leading up to. You're gonna make a meat puppet out of this guy, aren't you?
Not immediately.
Does Varlo have any sense that Troy is doing any of this?
That's a good question. I don't know, Troy. What does it look like, do you think, or what kind of is happening here?
I mean, most of this is me like using my mental abilities to like root around in this guy's head. I don't know that there would be anything that would be really, I mean, I guess maybe you might notice that I'm like very intently focused.
Yeah, or maybe checked out of the conversation a little bit as well.
Sure.
Yeah. So I guess Varlo's eyes, it probably looks like you're just being weird about not handing the stuff over in a prompt fashion. Like you like put it out and put your hand on it, and then you're like staring at the guy really hard or something. like let's go. Like
yeah, this all should be pretty rapid.
Pretty
also.
quick. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine it's just like a weird, like momentary hesitation of like, what? Ooh, okay, and then we like continue on.
Okay. Yeah, Gellin doesn't seem to like really notice anything. He's just like looking at your hand. He's like, "Are we gonna do a deal, friend?"
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. He lifts the top on the cigar box and looks at them, takes them out, kind of fingers them a little bit, kind of hefts it, brings up a little scanner, does some like scanning thing. He's like, "Okay, as discussed and promised," which it's always nice to find good business people to work with. It's hard sometimes. We'll get all kinds of promises made to us, and then people will come and they'll jack up the price, or won't be good goods. So I hope we're all good on the price and good on the goods.
We are good on the price, assuming you are good on the goods. It is our goal to have an ongoing, positive, and productive relationship with you, sir.
Well, hey, I'm glad to hear that. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, Alexander.
Damn it. That's another 0-0.
Jesus.
Can that be?
You know what? No,
pushed?
fuck it. I'm pushing that. I'm not eating a 0-0 on my persuasion check.
Yeah.
I guess whatever the negative consequences are going to be. I assume if I fail again, they're going to be pretty shitty, but
maybe you flirt with the guy a little bit.
sure, I'll flirt with the guy. Yeah, okay. I'm obviously direly misreading this particular situation, so let's see how this shit goes. My wife says, "Do it, flirt." Hang on. This is persuasion.
Yep.
God damn it! I'm going to spend the 16 points of luck.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, yeah, I was
you're
totally
just lucky that
fucking
he's into this
successful.
flirting.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna give it a little side eye, a little wink. He kind of looks at you, and yeah.
So yeah. Alexander here's been acting real weird, and now he's like, "Oh, this is why he's been acting so weird. It's because he was into the guy."
Yeah. Christ.
Absolutely incredible.
That's
Okay,
amazing.
Gellum's like, yeah, we're into the goods and you're into the price, and that's good, and love to have you have an ongoing relationship with us.
Very much in over my head at this point.
And we got your contact info, so hey, whenever you got something new for us. He closes the cigar box, tucks it up under him, hands you a cred stick. You just be sure to let us know. And he slips you, you feel something under the cred stick, Troy.
All right, I'm not gonna embarrass myself by looking into that right now, but I'll totally, take this guy's digits for later.
So does Varlo estimate, based on like the stormtroopers waiting outside, that they're going to just like rush us right back out the door that we came in, or?
Give me an insight check. That's a good question.
Sure. Oh, buddy, that's not a critical failure, but it's not far from it.
No.
That was a 95.
Oof.
It's hell out of my last two fucking rolls.
Yeah, unsure. I mean, they brought you here pretty direct, so that's kind of your impression, is like you came, you did the deal, you're going to be taken back.
Mm-hmm.
So Gellum is nodding, is like, okay, well, your ships should all be ready to go. Don't think that there was any record of you on the ship log, so we'll get you out of here. And thanks for these.
Gellum, just so that you're aware, we run odd jobs also. If there's anything that you need done, we are available for hire.
Oh, I mean, you're talking about other goods you can get me?
Other goods, other services. You tell us what you need.
Oh, really? I get to tell you what I need, huh?
Can I get an insight on this guy? Like, what's his angle he's taking here?
Yes.
Is he just like really into Troy, or what is he?
Yeah, definitely.
What's he about? Still can't make it. That was a 74.
Oh my god.
Varlo's just real confused at the dynamic here that's going on is not at all what he was expecting in this interaction. So I think he's just really,
to be fair,
playing catch
me
up.
either.
Gellum is like, okay, yeah, so other jobs, all right. I mean, we don't get much call for anything besides special goods, and he taps the box. But if anything comes up, I'll let you know.
All right, that's all I reckon I can ask for. I'm your Huckleberry.
He goes to the door, door slides open, steps out. You guys see the two troopers are there still. He makes a quick comm call. And coming down the hallway is the junior officer with the rest of the stormtroopers. Gullum's like, okay, Ensign will take you back to your ship, and we'll be in touch.
Kind of nudge Kristen real as subtly as I can, and then mention my partner mentioned you needing to use the facilities before we head out. Is that acceptable?
Oh, sure, yeah, Ensign will take care of it for you. Gullum heads off to wherever he goes with his exciting death stick haul. You guys are a little richer, which is good.
Yeah.
Something.
Actually, speaking of, you guys have credit rating, don't you?
Yes.
We do.
Cool. Everybody go ahead and roll
20.
your credit rating for me.
Are we trying to fail to increase it?
Correct.
This should not be a problem.
Oh, thank goodness. I barely did it, but I did it.
Failed.
I failed with a 26.
Oof. And did Chris Stan fail?
What's his credit rating? It's actually somewhat half decent.
40.
Yeah, his rating is 35. So all three of you failed. So everybody's credit rating increases by 1 point.
Cool.
All right.
To reflect the cash value of that getting into your bank accounts. Yeah, so this junior officer with the stormtroopers kind of looks over at Chris Stand and says, "This way." He doesn't seem as taken with you guys as Gullum was.
Say me as well, please, and I'm gonna slip in with Chris Stand.
Okay.
I kind of roll my eyes. I'm like, all right, fine. It's going to be a long flight.
Okay. Yeah, you guys, I mean, they've got bathrooms all over, and they're obviously like, they've got hooks and stuff where like the stormtroopers can like take off whatever they need to get their thing. So yeah, you guys get in there. Whoever has the lowest, give me a luck check, please.
My luck is currently around 60-ish.
34. I'm pretty positive I've got the lowest luck.
Yep.
51 for me.
Cool.
All right.
And I can roll for Chris and if he's got worse luck.
No, he's got pretty good. He's as high.
Well, that's a 10.
Holy shit. Insane.
Finally rolled a good check.
So a few things. One, nobody's in here. Two, you are able to spot an air vent that is not, big enough for a person, but it's a, it's a reasonable access point. Three, you're going to be able to have a fair bit of time here if you need it before somebody else walks in.
So what was the first one? What was the first thing you said?
There's nobody in here.
No, nobody's in here. There's an air vent, but it's too small for a person. And then we've probably got some time.
Yep.
Okay.
I gesture towards the air vent. Kristen, is there anything you can do with that?
I think he's got mechanical. Yeah, he's got 70 mechanical repair. Go ahead and give me a mechanical repair.
Standard success.
Standard success. Okay. I mean, he can obviously get the plate off to the air vent. If there was a droid or something like that was small enough, he could get in there. He could probably cushion it reasonably well, so it didn't like clank along the air duct and make a massive sound. None of which he's prepared to do right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have him rig the air vent so that if we manage to return to here, he can easily pop it off.
Cool. Yep, no problem with that.
Yeah, where you can just like detach it in a quick.
Yeah. And and he does. He also rigs it in such a way that it doesn't seem obvious that that's the case.
Good. Given what Varlo knows of the layout of the general kind of structural layout of these places, is this near anywhere like where we would expect? Is this anywhere close to where he would expect to find a terminal? Or is this like in like a bunk area, or where, like what sort of area did they lead us to
So this
to
is
go here?
all still like more or less public facing space.
Mhm.
That's not to say that there aren't, terminal access points around here, because there probably are, but there's not anything specific. There's not like an office right next to this or something like that.
Sure. And for the vent that's too small, you said it's too small for a person. It's like the whole ductwork is too small. It's not like there's a tiny opening on a big vent. It's like there's
Yeah,
a
right,
tiny
exactly.
vent,
Yeah.
tiny. Cool. Hmm. Where does the waste product from here go?
There's obviously a waste processing, kind of dump area, garbage chute. It's all
Gotcha.
self-contained.
We definitely want to engage in combat in the garbage chute in an Imperial stronghold. Like that's absolutely towards the top of my list of things that should be done.
Yeah, that I can't think of anything to. I think the modification of the vent was a really good idea. I don't really know what else to.
No, I don't think that we want to push
We don't want
this
to push
too hard.
We don't want to push our luck too hard while we're on good terms with them.
Yep, I think that we've established enough of a presence here that we can probably safely get back in one more time, but not if we fuck this up right now.
Yeah. Okay, that seems good.
Cool.
So I guess we're wrapping things up here after having rigged the vent and just head back to meet with the ensign who's taking us back to our ship.
Yep. You guys trace the same route out that you took in, Varlo. You're realizing that they're taking you out the same way. And you guys go through the huge blast doors out onto the ledge, leading out here. And then whoever has the highest luck, go ahead and give me a luck check, please.
I have a 51.
Cool.
What does Chris Dan have?
Oh, sorry. I don't actually know the answer to that.
You want me to just go with
mine? I don't think it was
mine?
any higher than yours.
Yeah.
All right, I'll roll mine. Standard success.
Cool. Do you feel it would be good for you or bad for you if there was another ship coming into land here around this time, and they're coming into land on the official platform?
Good for us.
Okay, cool. You guys see a pretty small troop transport that's coming down out of the atmosphere, and it's just starting to come into landing as the blast doors open and you guys are walking out. It comes down. It's one of these troop transports that probably only holds like 30 or 40 stormtroopers, a pilot, a co-pilot. It's for like aerial drop ship sort of thing. So it's probably replenishing the base crew. But they come into land. Your troop kind of stops so that you can't go out on the platform because you'd be blown away by the landing jets. And the thing kind of lands here, and you guys are kind of moved off to the side. The ramp comes down, and a double column of stormtroopers starts marching out. The ensign that's with you is like kind of quickly trying to usher you towards that like trail that you not even trail, but like approach that you took to get from your ship.
I mean, we'll move along at the speed that we're being ushered, but I also want to keep an eye on who's coming out of this ship.
Definitely want to see what's going on back there. This guy seems nervous that we might get seen by that group, which is intriguing.
Yeah, and actually, I'm going to try and sense why this guy is so concerned.
Okay.
Yeah,
there should be a surface thought, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. While you're doing that, I'm looking at the
quite a hard success, but a standard success.
Cool. And Varley, you can do either insight or perception depending on what you want to know.
Geez. Okay. I want to do perception because I want to just identify stuff, but Buddy, I want to push this because I rolled another 93.
Jesus.
And
You guys are rolling
Okay.
so bad today.
yeah, I'm gonna push this at the risk of like if I fail this, I'm like taking too long trying to do this and accidentally like lag behind more than this guy's trying to usher us away. So that might cause problems.
Okay. Yeah. I think that I would say that like you either like push through a stormtrooper like to get out of the kind of cordon that you're in, or you go so slow that they like bump into you.
Yeah, that's
And
probably
cause,
that.
like, an
Yeah, it, like
altercation.
go so slow they bump into me if I fail this push
Yep.
roll here. Oh, thank goodness. That's a hard success.
Nice.
It's like I've got a 75. Like surely.
Right? Yeah. Eventually you're gonna succeed.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just trying to look back and just catch eyes on whatever's going on back on that platform.
Okay, cool. Troy, surface thoughts. What you get is not very specific. It's more like this is unexpected. I don't know what this is. I gotta get these guys out of here.
So question about how this force power works. If after I've read a surface thought like that, can I spend another 2 magic points or force points and get like a deeper thought?
Yeah.
Or spend another 4 or 8 and get like super hidden thoughts?
I think so. The last text that I had says maybe it requires a hard success to be able to probe a deeply hidden thought. So I think I'm gonna say like the surface level and the deeper thought, like the 1 and 2 force point ones, you can get after you establish contact and
Sure,
just like
that totally
keep
makes sense.
interrogating. But if you want to go deeper, you're gonna have to reestablish contact or.
Nope, but I am going to go for I'll spend another 2 magic points and go a little deeper.
Okay, what's the question that you were looking for?
Why? Like what are the possible outcomes that have this guy concerned or nervous? Likely possible outcomes.
Got it. Okay. I think that he's like just a super low grade officer. He had one job, which is make sure you guys get from the edge of the platform to that office that Gelb said and get you back. He doesn't really know what all is involved in you being here. He just knows that was his one job. And if he fucks that up, it's his neck on the line.
Got it.
This is a complication that he doesn't want to deal with or know how to deal with.
Okay, that's better than, oh, it's Darth Vader who's scheduled to arrive today.
It is better than that. You're right.
Speaking of, this is not him saying that this is not Darth Vader. What does Varlo get on that hard success on his perception there?
Yeah, Varlo. So a double column of stormtroopers. So 16 stormtroopers come out ahead of a fellow in a Imperial Science officer uniform. You're able to spot he has a little engineer insignia on his lapel as well. It looks like his sort of science officer rank puts him at like a lieutenant, like a lieutenant grade. So not super high, but you know, he's been doing this for probably 10 years. And with that hard success, I think I'll also say that you see that he has a special designation on his opposite lapel that I think we'll have to do a separate like knowledge check for Varlo. It's not like walk around knowledge, this insignia for him,
Sure,
but you spot it. It's pretty small and it's definitely some kind of special indicator.
This is the guy who's getting escorted down by the double column of stormtroopers.
Yes.
Like it's obvious that he's important.
And then there's a double column of stormtroopers behind him.
Okay.
Oh gosh, so there's 32 stormtroopers.
Exactly.
I am going to try and pull everything out of his head that I can.
Okay, amazing.
I am going to push that.
Okay.
I was just going to spend luck, but I don't want to spend that much luck.
What is pushing it? I think I'm going to say if Troy pushes and fails, he can't use sense for the rest of the scene.
I think that's totally reasonable. And I'll go a step further and say that if I fail on my push, I will need to drop to my knees with a pounding headache.
Cool.
Is there something
0-0. Wait for it. Wait
Oh,
for it.
please. Oh, please.
Finally, 0-1. Extreme success. I am spending 8 points. I want to know everything about this guy. Sorry, I'm not spending 8 points. I don't think I've got quite that many.
I was gonna say you've been burning a lot of force
Yeah, I was
points
gonna say
here.
you've burned through a lot.
Well, so this kind of depends on how long we were in the restroom. Nah, doesn't really, because I'll knock myself out if I do that. I can't do like psychic surgery level obscured thoughts,
Right.
but I will go with deeply hidden.
Cool. So you get one deeply hidden thought.
I want to know everything that this guy knows about the Imperial project.
Okay. We'll need to refine sense a little bit further because right now it says 1 magic point per surface level question / thought. So I kind of interpret that as like an ongoing active, like, scan of what they're thinking right now. And then I kind of was interpreting it as subsequent as like you are asking a specific question, and that question
Sure,
could be
okay,
somewhat.
I'm fine with that. What is the nature of the project that the Empire is spending so much money on here?
Okay, got it. Cool. That I am very happy with. Okay, Troy, you get a lot of that information. So this guy is like I said, a kind of mid-level engineer. So he does not have the full scope of work, right? He has a very specific task. So the information that you get is the nature of the work is some sort of large super station structure. He is specifically involved in the like internal skeleton like stress of the thing when it goes to hyperdrive. So you know that it's very big. I don't think Troy has any context for the first Death Star, so you wouldn't like put that together, but it's extremely, it's like moon size, basically it's planet size. So it's extremely big is what this guy knows. It's going to need to go to hyperspace. This facility is engineering a lot of the like core struts that are going to go into the construction of this thing. And obviously it's a battle station weapon sort of thing.
I actually do have like a tiny amount of interdimensional physics science.
Cool.
Is it pushing something huge?
Oh, you do? Yeah.
Yeah, pushing something huge into hyperspace, is that notably like fundamentally different from pushing a smaller ship through? Like, is this a huge amount of additional power that's required, or is this just a matter of no, we scaled up, the warp drive?
Cool. Yeah.
And obviously I failed my roll, but
Yep. Yeah, I think, and again, since I think you're asking about the nature of this project, you don't really get that detail from him.
sure, no, that's reasonable.
Yep.
But I bet that when we wrap up this adventure, my interdimensional physics increases.
Yeah. I'm down for that. Good.
Does the guy appear to be talking to any of the people escorting him, or is he just walking in?
No, he's just walking in, and you see it looks like this is a surprise for like everyone. Like you see that there is like a couple stormtroopers like hastily putting on a helmet, like one is like hopping and trying to put on his shin guard, like they were not prepared for this dude to come in.
I snagged this guy's name from his thoughts.
Yes, hang on.
And I can spend more force points if need be.
You'll just need one for that for surface thought kind of thing. Okay, I'll put in the chat for you. This is science engineer Turlon Orego.
You said that was another surface thought?
Yep. So yeah, Varlo, you see this guy escorted, you're looking around like, oh man, they were not prepared for this. You're seeing the people putting things on you. You know normal imperial procedure would be for someone to meet this person as they came down, and obviously it's taking longer. You succeeded on your push, so you did not like jostle the stormtrooper. Nonetheless, they have moved you to the edge of the platform, and if you do not go, they are going to become belligerent.
So Varlo, aka Arvin, is going to look over to the like clearly very nervous dude who's leading us out and be like, if you need to go be a part of that, we can just get out of here.
Cool. Give me a persuasion check.
Not good odds, but we'll
roll this with advantage because although Troy didn't tell you what his state of mind was.
Yeah. So even without advantage, first roll actually just made it standard success, but I rolled a 24 and I needed a 30.
Amazing. Cool. Okay. The Ensign kind of looks between you and that guy and like to his communicator and looks at one of the stormtroopers and says, "Get him out of here." And he kind of takes off at a quick walk into the kind of assembling dignitaries now.
And I'm going to continue on our path that they were trying to go because I'm being cooperative here. I'm not trying to cause a stir.
I'll fall in beside Varlo and say, that was science engineer Trulon Orego. I will tell you more when we're back on the ship.
Does this name ring any bells for?
No.
No. Okay, I figure I was like, this seems like the kind of nobody that like somebody that I would never have heard of.
Exactly.
Or interacted with.
And you notice, Varlo, that like when that ensign gave the order to the stormtroopers, they didn't raise their blasters at you, but they like took them from like port arms position to like a little bit more like we might start pointing them at you to get you going sort of thing. Because stormtroopers speak one language, which is blast them.
Yeah, so I am very much moving. I know how stormtroopers think. I know how they operate. I'm not gonna test that today. So I'm being very cooperative with like hustling out of here.
Cool.
Because again, we want to be on good terms with these folks.
Yep. Great. Going downhill is much easier than you had coming uphill, so no rolls required. You pass out of line of sight of that before you see anybody from the penal colony go and interact with that science engineer, and you get back to tranquility.
Do the stormtroopers, as soon as we get back, did they just like head on back, or are they like waiting till we like take off? Or
so no, they didn't escort you.
They just got us away from the facility.
Exactly right. Like, so once you were out of sight, they were like, okay, great, that's fine.
Okay, once they're out of sight, then I share everything that I peeled from the engineer's head.
Cool.
How do you know all of this? That's not an answer.
All the answer I have.
I'll have to go with it for now.
If the question is whether my information is accurate, that I can prove. But as far as explaining how I do it,
fine. We can talk about it when we get on the ship.
Or you could just think of a number. Think of a number, Varlo.
To what end?
Are you thinking of a number yet?
Sure.
Is it 7?
No.
I guess I'm a fraud. Let's carry on then.
Yeah, Varlo's just like exasperated, like, okay, whatever. We're going to the ship.
Cool. Yeah, you guys board Tranquility. Oh, hello, sir. How did your mission go?
I reckon as well as could be expected. Let's get off this rock.
Of course, sir. Happy to help. And you settle in and on the pilot and get Tranquility up. Are you going to take the same route out that you took in?
Can we do like a quick circle around to just look at the entirety of this mountain that we're on without that being super obvious or super weird? I know nothing about interstellar travel, so
For sure.
I don't know if that's like
Yeah, go ahead and give me a deception check. Deception.
And how preoccupied does Varlo think they would be right now with all that? Would they even care? Like, even if it was weird, would they care given how like, oh crap, this guy showed up? They are right now.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Deception is not a thing.
You're right. That's weird.
Stealth, piloting, computer?
Stealth. Yeah, stealth.
Stealth.
I wonder why I didn't do deception.
No, but not a critical failure either.
Okay.
When it becomes obvious that I cannot do this stealthily, I will just reclaim a more normal trajectory.
Cool.
Engine troubles, that's all.
I don't know why I don't have deception on the skill list. Is there another one that accounts for that? I thought. What did you roll for the? Oh, you rolled disguise for the death sticks.
Yeah,
But that's
'Cause we
that's
couldn't
definitely
think of
different than
a-
deception.
we couldn't think of a.
I think I actually
an
rolled
appropriate
stealth
one.
for the death sticks,
I
didn't
think
I?
I can't remember what we
Oh, you
rolled.
might have
It
done.
might have been sleight of hand or something.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyways.
It wasn't disguise. I
Yeah.
don't believe I've ever used disguise.
Okay.
Yeah, it was either like a stealth or sleight of hand.
Cool. So yeah, you guys take Tranquility up, kind of circle around the mountain, and then head up towards space. As you do so, Bartleby chimes in and says, "Oh, sir, did you notice the Imperial frigate in orbit?
Beg pardon? What now?
Right there." And he brings up like a little radar kind of thing, and there's a blip on it.
Is this a problem for us? This seems like it's a problem for us.
It could be a problem for you if they were tracking you leaving near this military penal colony. And the Tranquility is no match for a frigate for sure.
Is it too late for us to like just head back down to the planet and not be super suspicious?
After we're like, I'm coming around the mountain to, oh, no, I'm not. I'm going
Like, as in,
straight.
like,
Oh,
head
no,
not to
I'm
the
going
military
back
facility,
down.
but like to head to like one of the like set non-military facility settlements like elsewhere. Or is that like extraordinarily suspicious?
I don't know how you would know that. It's yeah,
That's fair.
I think
Like, I guess the question is like, how high up are we? Are we like exit and clearing the atmosphere and be like, never mind? Or is it like we're still in atmosphere and like just changing course?
I think you're probably like halfway out before Bartleby like spots this frigate and in orbit and
Bartleby, are they monitoring us? Can you tell?
Actually, Chris Stand goes ahead and sits at one of the Bartleby's comm stations. Go ahead and give me a computer. Where's this computer?
Computer for Chris Stand.
Yeah.
32.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Cool. That's a hard success. Cool. So Chris Stand sits in, settle down, whacks away at the interface, and he's like, yeah, it looks like, I mean, they're not like intentionally, but they're like scanning everything, and they've definitely clocked us.
Varla, recommendations? I'm inclined to say let's just go and hope that they're not
give him any insight into what we should be. What would be the least likely to get us intercepted and stopped? Like, what would be the most likely to let them just like ignore us and let us go by? Or
I think for walk around knowledge, if you just stick to your cover, right?
Okay, yeah.
You're smugglers, you're doing a job. Like everyone knows that this is happening in the Empire.
Yeah,
Even like the
cool.
high ranking admirals know that this shit's going on. If you guys stick to your cover, it could
Varlo's
be
gonna advise him
okay. If
just-
you behave suspiciously, they're going to chase you.
Yeah, Varlo's just gonna say maintain course. Just don't do anything out of the ordinary.
Bartleby, you heard the man. Maintain course. Don't do anything out of the
Just
ordinary.
remember what we're here, what we're here for. We're just making a delivery. That's it.
Of course, sir. Happy to oblige. You guys come out of orbit, and yeah, you guys see this frigate over on the horizon. You know, relatively small ship for the Empire, right? Like not even anything close to a Star Destroyer, but still, you know, way bigger than Tranquility. And they Christan looks up and he's like, they're hailing us.
I will sit on comms and answer.
Cool. You see a screen come up with a Navy officer sitting there looking onto the bridge. They're you know, pretty close up. They're kind of scowling at you. Hang on just a second. U-wing class ship, identify yourself and your reason for being at the penal colony on Narkina 5.
What did we had a name, because this ship was going by a different name, correct? Like we had renamed it with the transponder.
Yeah, so our new name, wait for it, hang on, is Rodian's Reaper.
So this is the Rodian's Reaper. We're just leaving from after making the delivery.
I see. Go ahead and give me a yeah, we do need deception. I don't know why I don't have deception on this skill list.
You've been using persuade instead of deception.
Persuasion.
Generally.
Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll persuasion.
Okay, I'm gonna spend some luck and make that a success. That was so close. It was about to be like a catastrophically bad fail. And right at the end of the 10 sites just right over to a 3. So I'm gonna spend 7 points of luck and make that a success.
Good call. The frigate officer says, yes, a delivery. Okay, very well, understood. Be on your way.
Much obliged.
They kill the comms. Bartleby says, should I calculate the hyperdrive jump, sir?
I reckon now would be the time. Yeah.
Of course, sir. Go ahead and give me a roll for
are we going exactly back where we came from, or are we going somewhere else? Because they're gonna know where we're jumping.
Fair point.
Barlow's gonna say
back where we came from.
Intermediary jump.
That would be my my approach based on my poor understanding of the circumstances.
Varlo will request that we make an intermediary jump to a nearby system first.
Okay.
All right, he's got a skill of 70.
So wait, what am I rolling for who?
For Bartleby. Bartleby
calculating
doing the jump calculation.
Hyperspace jump.
Standard success.
Cool. Great. With Varlo's suggestion, you take a slightly different trajectory than you had on the way out. You head off to hyperspace, and yeah, you guys have a few days travel here.
Okay. I think just to be on the safe side, we're going to do a series of smaller hyperspace jumps if that's within our fuel allotment.
Yeah, that should be fine. He got a average success, so it's not too difficult to do.
Kind of bounce around just to make sure that it's there. They don't know exactly where we went.
Yeah.
So I guess we've got. You said we have a couple days of travel time here.
Exactly.
On our travels, Varlo is very much going to try to get any information he can out of Troy as to what in the world is going on. Like, you don't have to explain to me how you do it. I know you say you can't explain how you do it. I understand that. But I want to
Then
know, like,
what
how
do you
long
need to
have you
know
been
about it
doing
then?
this? How long have you been able to do this? How reliable is this? Who has seen you do it?
Very few people have seen me do it. I don't usually need to snatch someone from falling to their certain doom, so I'm especially careful of that particular use. The rest are more difficult, I reckon, for people to notice. I've been able to do it for, I don't know, as long as I remember. And the success rate varies a bit, but I usually have a good feel when I'm picking at someone's thoughts. Not always, but it's relatively rare for me to get wrong information. On occasion, I'll just be blocked, but usually if I can read something, it's true. There's been a person or two that were able to lie to me in their heads, but that doesn't happen real frequent like.
You are aware how dangerous this is.
Not especially. Seems right useful to me.
Useful to you and lots of other people who would love to be able to control that or eliminate the possibility of other people being able to do that. That's the kind of thing that scares people. If I wasn't on this crew and I decided to, turn you in, I'd get a right handsome reward.
Kristan pipes up and says, "Oh yeah, I've seen some of those bounties actually," and lists a number of some that to you, Varlo, is like absolutely astronomical. Like you could buy like 5 ships with this amount of money that Kristan is like casually is like, "Oh yeah, they're offering this amount for any of people like this."
Really? For little old me? That much? Y'all aren't going to turn me in, are you?
No, not planning to.
And I happen to know that that's the truth.
I'd appreciate it if you don't keep doing that to me.
Nah, I never would. And as far as people figuring it out, most of what I do is not as flashy as plucking Kristan there off the edge of a cliff. That won't happen again unless lives are in danger.
I should hope not, because again, you can imagine the sort of heat that level of a bounty will draw.
I don't really understand why, though.
Does Varlo even know like the really the why? He just knows that
That's
that
a good
is
question.
the case.
I mean,
He
you
knows
can
that is the fact
give me
of
an
the matter.
intelligence check, or if you have a relevant
Law?
knowledge skill.
Law?
My law is garbage.
Seems like a great opportunity to improve your law.
I think I've already made a law check.
I've attempted
yeah,
to make a
I'll
law
just-
check, not successfully.
I'll just roll intelligence if that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good actually. That is a hard success.
Dang, really?
Yeah, I mean my intelligence is really, really high. So I rolled a 26.
Oh, okay, on raw intelligence.
Yeah, just raw
hard
intelligence,
success.
not any kind of other.
Yeah, in terms of knowledge, but that's not a history skill either.
Yeah, I don't have any kind of historical. I don't have any kind of law, or like my law skill is 6.
So I think that what you get from a hard check on basic knowledge is that that there's this religious order who caused problems for the empire, and it's like I kind of think of it as like the Chinese government and the Tibetans, like they're they just want to get them and get rid of them.
Yeah, well, I'll just tell Troy. I don't know a whole lot about the why. I just know that that's the case, is that they're after people who can do what you can do. I think it has something to do with some old religion that caused trouble for the empire, something about like that. But
have I heard of anything about this?
You can do a history, or if you want to do flat intelligence.
Okay, I don't think there's a
History is not a standard skill, right? What would that
No,
be?
it's like a science skill.
Yeah, no, I don't have that. I'll do intelligence.
Cool.
That would be an extremely extreme success. 0-2.
And what was your specific question?
Had he heard of anything like what Varlo was describing with the like?
Oh
the
yeah,
religious
you
order?
you fucking met someone who did this, Troy, which is adding to your confusion of like, is this a thing? You were on some backwater world, no one, like some pissant thing, nobody around, the far edge of the galaxy, and you were high off death sticks, and you're like, ooh, look at this thing, and someone like grabbed you and like took you away, and like, you shouldn't be doing that, and they're like, and you're like, why not? And they're like, and then they did it as well, and they explained to you that it's bad, and you didn't remember that, like it was all in a drug haze until you like triggered that memory. So yeah, that people who do this are being actively hunted by the Empire, and that you were told, at least, that there are specific people that are hunting for people like you that are extremely competent / dangerous.
So I know that this is a thing and that the Empire is curious about it, but first of all, I don't think it's as rare as you're making it out to be, Varlo. I've met at least one other person recently, and way more from my more distant past. But this is not a atypical sort of thing. Where I come from, we called it the touch.
Mm-hmm. It is much more uncommon in the wider galaxy, I think you'll find. But again, common or uncommon, it will get you swiftly detained.
Are there ways that you're aware of for people to notice this if I'm not using the powers of my mind to manipulate matter and energy? Most of what I do is purely internal.
Troy, I'm gonna say Varlo. There's no way Varlo would know that. But Troy, on that extreme success, as you're asking the question, you're like, oh, wait a second. They told me about this too. That these special hunter people that are out for people like you can absolutely tell if you're one of them.
Oh. Well, that's a good thing to know. Yeah, no, now that I think about it, that may have been ill-advised. Do you think they noticed? I think they would have said something if they'd noticed. I don't think it would have made it off planet if they saw that.
I'll just say that your antics with Christan were about this close to the camera view. Maybe in camera view. I couldn't tell really. I just know it was very close. So
And
there's a possibility that that's on camera somewhere.
And I will say with all due respect that perhaps we should leave it to Christan as to the description of my activities. Christan, were those, in your opinion, antics? I thought I was saving your life, but perhaps that was just a bit of tomfoolery. I could take it back. Bartleby, exterior bay doors, can we open those from in here?
It is unwise to do so, sir. I do believe the ship will depressurize and kill everybody. I'll be okay.
In any case, have we concluded this conversation to everyone's satisfaction?
As long as you're aware of how risky doing that is.
Antics, yes. I will be certain not to inflict my antics upon you, Varlo.
Mm-hmm. I just don't want to be dragged in with you. Because the kind of detainment that you would get for that is not the kind you'll ever be coming out of.
Well, I certainly appreciate your forethought and consideration. Heaven forfend that I ever utilize these abilities in such a gauche fashion again. We are absolutely going to be having conversations in the future like now. Did you want me to do it now? While you're plummeting to your death now is now the
Perfect.
That's so
Perfect.
good. Oh man. Cool. So you guys take a bunch of meandering routes back to Costu Station. And I'm not actually sure what your plan is, to be honest. I think that I was preparing for you guys to go a one and done. So what's your give me any idea what you're doing at this point?
I think that now that we have a vague idea of the layout of the interior, we've established like a relatively decent connection there. Now I think that we make like a small droid, smuggle it in, use the bathroom again, and put it in the ventilation shaft.
And I was gonna say,
Although-
we also have Varlo has a connection on planet, though talking with a prisoner, I don't know about that, but
Yeah, that's maybe a little sketchy. The other thing though, we might have sufficient information to have satisfied the parameters of our mission.
if
They wanted you to
trust-
put eyes on the stuff.
I was gonna say they
Yeah, but my
wanted
understanding
us
was
to-
they wanted us to put eyes on the stuff so that we could be certain what exactly it was.
but still we haven't put eyes on it. I don't know if they're gonna accept that.
I mean, we have like a pretty clear understanding of what it is at this point. It's some orbital
Do we-
station that they're building the substructure for here on Narkina 5. And I'm fine going back, but maybe our first stop.
And
should-
we should definitely give what information we can to them right now, and
Yep.
then also go back and maybe get more. But like we might as well pass them what we found out in the first time.
Agreed.
Okay, so you guys want to set up a meet with Ani?
Mhm.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, she gives you location and it's going to be a couple of days. What do you want to do on Costu Station while that's happening?
Let's start laying the groundwork for getting some sort of intelligence gathering small droid that we can pop into that ventilation shaft.
Oh, yeah, right. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe using some of the money that we got from this to do so.
Yeah. What kind of capabilities do you want this thing to have? So it could like hover or be on a track. It could, or walk, I guess, or rollers. Is your goal to have it try to connect into a system so that Kristan can then monkey with it, or is it to like go to where the prisoners are doing this thing to see what's happening there?
Ooh, that's a good thought.
I'm gonna say, does us getting video of the thing count as firsthand? Because like if that's the case, then
Yeah,
like
100%.
maybe just having it like camera equipped, essentially like with equipped with cameras and sensors and such, would be sufficient.
Let's try to get two. Let's get one that is like a drone with AV capability, and one that is like a hack bot that can hopefully access an actual computer terminal, which I know then would mean Kristan would need to remotely use his computer skills. But if we find that we can't fly the drone into where we want it, then we've got a backup.
I'm
And-
okay with that. If as long as we can afford to get to. Are you thinking like a little like hovering kind of thing for the camera drone?
Exactly.
Okay, had you guys decided something?
Yes. So he was going to see if we could get like two small droids, one to try and hack and one to try and be a camera. I was like,
Okay.
if we can afford it, cool. As for like the little camera one, we were thinking like a little like hovering thing. I'm almost thinking something kind of akin to like the little droid that Darth Maul has in episode 1 that
Yeah.
like goes, it's just like a little small, like the size of like a little ball.
Right.
Preferably if we could get some like like if there's some sort of like military surplus store, like Imperial supply, something that would like look not out of place.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Like if we could get some like old Imperial like extra bits to like make this, even if at the heart it's something different, if it is in the shell of one of those, so that it looks like something that they wouldn't turn like bat an eye at. That's kind of what Varlo's aiming for. Is
Cool.
something that
Okay.
doesn't look super out of place.
Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, and we'll wait until Ken gets back in a sec.
Yeah,
I love how you're playing Arlo as a hard ass. That Varlo is a hard ass. It just tickles me.
Yeah, I mean, he's a by the numbers kind of dude.
Yep.
For the most part. So like,
This is not by the numbers.
this is not how things are supposed to go here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do love reinforcing the reasons why he's pissed off at the Empire. Like that also makes.
Oh
me
yeah, this is
really
all this is
happy.
doing is confirming his decision to be
Right.
on this mission. Like,
Yeah.
as sketchy as everything is that's going on with what we're doing, this
Yep.
is even still like what we're seeing is just still confirming his decisions.
Now that you guys have a little bit of time for reflection, actually probably en route back to Kostu Station, you had this idea. You were in it didn't strike you as a high security prison, and it would not be implausible that you could ask for like a tour, just like, can you show us around sort of thing, especially now that you have made some inroads with Gellum. You guys failed your insight, so you don't know what his response would be to a request like that. But there is, again, it's not super high security, so it's not like they ask you to check your weapons at the door or anything, that kind of stuff.
Sure, yeah. They just kind
like
of walked us in
you
there.
guys were fucking armed walking through an Imperial installation. They didn't seem worried about that. So that is another consideration, is that the physical security, I think I said already, the physical security does not seem.
Yeah, it seemed like a low priority. So like, there's the possibility that they would either let us tour, or that we could like,
or someone could slip away and
could slip away, and
yeah. The droid is also a good, reasonable solution. So I don't want to dissuade you from that, but I just want to, like, I think you failed some insight rolls, and with some reflection, you're like, oh, we could have just asked to walk around maybe.
I'm thinking maybe we do like the camera droid to have some like video evidence. And then rather than trying to do like a hacking bot, maybe we just try and get a tour and get Christand a chance away to like maybe get them away and let him do that.
I don't see any reason why we can't set up for the droid solution.
I mean, if we can prepare for it, we might as well.
Right. That's my thought. I don't know if we can actually get like a hacking droid to access the computer system. I don't know if we can get like a flying drone to view things, but I feel like getting that set up and bringing them in with us. And then if it doesn't work, great, we're still there. We can try for a tour, I guess, purely out of character. Hey, can we have a tour of your highly secure prison facility where you're building a super weapon? If we don't have exceptional roles, I can see that going really poorly for us.
As for the droid stuff, I was saying the thing, I think you were away when I was mentioning this, but I was like, I'm thinking for the kind of camera thing, something like Darth Maul's little ball probe droid that he had in episode 1. There was just like a little camera bot. Would be cool. Or like, but primarily if we could get something that either is or is in the shell of an Imperial droid, like if we could go to like a military surplus store and get something that looks like it belongs there, that way like nobody's going to look funny at a little droid that looks like it belongs in that facility.
Now, thinking about this though, and this is in character now, this isn't resonating quite proper for me. Why isn't there decent security at this place? I mean,
both of you can.
I mean, have you seen most Imperial facilities?
No, none. Literally, this is the first one. Insight, you said?
Hard success. I rolled a 23.
Roll for Christand as well, because he's
or Christand. What's critical failure?
96 and above.
Kristan's going to spend 3 points of luck to not have a critical failure on that. I normally would not spend somebody else's luck, but it's a small amount, and that seems like not the sort of thing that we want to be nursing a critical on.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
I got
Varlo,
a hard success.
I think you've had this thought before, but after having visited the facility and reflecting on it and seeing the science engineer come and seeing the frigate that he was brought on, it seems like you're guessing that there's a few things going on here. You guess that one, there's redundancy in the system because the Empire is all about inefficiency. So you guess that there's probably at least some other places that are doing this similar or identical thing. So if they lost this one, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Two, as an intelligence officer, you're like, oh, this is a little bit of a honeypot. Like if the rebels know about this and then destroy it, that tells us that they knew that they were able to get that information, and then that could start a back trail for finding out how they got that intelligence. You know what I mean? So like as an intelligence officer, you've done things like this, like set these things up. It was like apparently easy targets, and then you spot who came and grabbed the target. So that's another consideration. So there's redundancy. If the rebels attack it, it's not the end of the world. You would probably get some useful intelligence off of that. And three, I mean, it is in a mountain, so in terms of external assault, you'd have to bring some pretty heavy guns to a fight like this, and
yeah,
then that would commit a pretty substantial military force, which you send like 2 or 3 Star Destroyers and you wipe out a bunch of rebels, which is also a win. So there's almost no reason to have higher security for this thing.
And it's not like this is like some crazy computer systems or something. This is like the physical struts.
Yes.
This is like a very low level physical part.
Yeah. And it's like, if you sabotaged one of these things, is that really going to cause a problem? You know, like,
right. And yeah. And if you, it's not like if we get the data for how they're making this, we're going to know some amazing thing. It's like, we're going to know that they're making giant beams.
Yeah. Right.
My success in reading that guy was extreme. And I know that we're like basically this prison planet is creating the infrastructure skeleton. Are we like one small part of that, or are there like another 7 or 8 facilities that are also creating this skeleton?
Yeah, I think as part of your question of what is the nature of this thing,
sure,
you get the impression from this guy that he's like doing a bunch of inspections at a bunch of these facilities.
Okay, so Narkina 5 is responsible for a pretty low-end portion of this whole project, and it's also redundant on top of that. Like there's another, whatever, half a dozen Narkina 5s that are also doing the same thing.
Yeah, you don't know the exact number, but you know
right, of course, but it's not like if we shut down this place, oh, the infrastructure completely evaporates and they can't make it.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do think that
if it breaks, it breaks. It's not worth the cost to insure it with higher security.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is like the Imperial resources are not always allocated efficiently, which again, Varlo, you're like, God damn it, you know, like there are ways that they could spend their resources that would be better, but because they're wasting it on some nonsense is the reason why the stormtroopers don't have good uniforms and they don't do like security sweeps and like all this kind of stuff. You know, they're just blowing their money on these big ass superstructures. I mean, you know, even a Star Destroyer is not an efficient use of resources.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a means of intimidation. It's not an effective platform for
exactly. This is no way to run an empire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Varlo's continually annoyed by their use of resources.
Right. I think we do want to go and debrief with Oni then.
Yeah, we're still going to debrief with Oni, but it was going to take a couple of days to get a meeting set up. So I think that's when we were going and trying to get a droid, or at least get started on a droid.
Yeah, so as regards the droid, you guys can get a hover droid. It's going to be more expensive, obviously, than one that's wheeled or, you know, has feet or whatever. And no problem getting a camera, you know, recording device set up on that. The stumble is making it look like an Imperial droid. So you can absolutely get something that like is like clearly put together garbage, basically, with a repulsor lift. That is pretty easy to do. If you want it to look like an Imperial droid on the outside, there's a few options for that. So one is working with black marketeers and dealing with them, and then that of course risks some degree of exposure. Another would be going yourselves to a Imperial salvage operation, basically, and trying to nab it yourself. Or I guess the third would be like manufacturing it from scratch, which you'd I don't know. I mean, obviously there are companies that manufacture this stuff, right? So Christian can figure that out pretty easily, and you might be able to just like order the parts from them.
I think probably rather than, I mean, nothing that we're going to come up with is going to withstand anything more than the most cursory examination. So with that in mind, I would be more inclined to say, let's spend the resources that we would have spent on making this appear to be, you know, an actual Imperial machine, and instead make it really tiny and stealthy.
I think Christian speaks up and he's like, if I had the parts, they wouldn't be able to tell the difference between what I build and what is an Imperial droid unless they like subject it to hard diagnostics.
All right, that answers that then. We just need to get you the parts.
Yeah, how actually, okay. This is potentially a terrible idea.
Sam, your audio is a little bit quiet. I don't know if your mic is moved away
It
from
might
you.
it might just be that I'm a little further from my mic.
You're good
Is that
now.
better?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a potentially terrible idea, but how so Varlo, given his position as an intelligence officer, he's on kind of leave right now, integrating in.
Yep.
How weird would it be for him to like requisition parts?
Oh, if he's not on assignment, it would be weird.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
If you were on assignment, you could get this thing like tomorrow, you know.
Cool, yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Are there any does Varlo have any like connections in the business that would like that he would go to, like, hey man, I really need this thing, but like it's gonna take 2 weeks if I requisition it. Like, could you just get me one? Like that kind of like under the like sort of black market, but like connection like friend to friend kind of like, hey, like, can you just hook me up with this thing I need? It's going to take forever if I requisition officially. Does he have any connections he could kind of pull on for this sort of thing?
So you've got a few options, which you probably know better than I do, but Coda, your older sister, is a lieutenant in the Navy. So I mean, you know, you could always call up your sister and be like, hey,
that sounds like a bad idea.
I need this thing. Otherwise, you know, Hor Laby, who, you know, was kind of your nemesis, and kind of led to you like getting to the point where like this is bullshit. I mean, you don't think Hor thinks twice about you. You're not even sure what he thinks. Like, you think that he might think that you're buddy. So like, could you reach out to him and like give a pity ask? Maybe. Would Varlo feel
would
good
Varlo's
doing that?
pride let him do that?
Right.
Probably not. Probably not. So yeah. Okay, that's fine.
And otherwise, like, all the underground contacts that you've made on your various jobs were all like hyper local, right? So you could, like, if you wanted to like fly halfway across the galaxy and like meet up with those people again, you could do that, but it's not very efficient.
It's not like it's an easy thing we could do nearby.
Right.
Okay. Then in that case, I think our best options are either trying to figure out where these parts are made and just get some parts direct from manufacturer, or try and go pull some off a scrap heap somewhere.
Yep. And yeah, it just depends on the way that you want to go. Kristan, I think is like, I'm, at least somewhat confident that I could like set up a dummy account, a dummy billing account, like move the money around so that no one knows where it came from, place an order that seems legit, and then the parts just like disappear in transit. That is almost exactly Kristan's skill set, actually.
I was gonna say, if you think you can do it, I think it would be good if you can get those parts, but we just need it to not come back on us.
Yeah, I mean, Kristan's like, everything's a risk. There's nothing that's zero risk.
That's true, of course. What do you think, Troy? Is it worthwhile, or?
I think so. I mean, as the man says, nothing's without risk. This seems a well-calculated risk.
Okay, well, let's give that a go, Kristan. We'll find you a terminal where you can do that. And
cool. All right, so we're gonna do a few rolls for this. So we'll start with accounting. He has a 70.
70, you said?
Yep, 70.
84.
This is to set up the fake business, basically, that would be putting the order in.
Okay, can I push that with the understanding that there will be a hit to one of our credit ratings if we fail again?
Let me think about this. So if it fails right now, basically that's going to mean that there's that this is not going to be an avenue that you can pursue, but it also means that like there are no alerts. If it pushes, I think that it's going to create a thing that works, but there is going to be a security alert of some kind associated with using this account.
If I'm successful in the push, or only if I fail?
If you fail.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and push with those ramifications. Cool. And we can always spend luck to negate, like to make the push succeed. Is that correct?
So that's a good question. Rules as written, you have to choose either push or luck. Okay. Which I know we've ignored during this game, because I kind of like the idea of doing both. It does mean that you're more likely to be like reliably successful, which honestly doesn't bother me. If you're willing to spend all those resources to achieve a goal, I don't have a problem with that philosophically.
Well, luck is kind of a pretty finite. I know we've been using it a fair amount, but
yeah.
I'm okay with it if you're all right with allowing us to do both. That seems okay with me.
Yeah, I kind of like being able to spend resources to negate a potential catastrophic failure.
Yep.
Makes it a little bit easier to be a little bit more daring do.
Yeah. Although criticals, fumbles, and firearm malfunctions always apply and cannot be bought off with luck points.
Okay.
Ooh, good to know.
Remember that moving forward.
This is interesting. This is probably not relevant because you guys spend so many luck or spend so many skill checks, but no improvement skill check is earned if luck points were used to alter the dice roll.
I mean, that doesn't normally you only earn the skill point check if you succeed at the skill anyway.
Right, but I'm saying if you spend luck at all, you don't check it.
Interesting.
Yeah, you don't check the box.
Right.
Granted,
I don't know if that's ever actually
we've rolled more than once. So
yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and push this. Whatever the negative repercussions are.
Cool.
And you said 70 what?
70.
00. All right, a 9, extreme success.
God, it's a lot of 00s. Cool. Okay, so Kristan sets up the dummy account that seems to be a military contractor that builds these little droid units. So that's great. And then go ahead and give me a computer use check. What's he got on this? He's got a 76.
87. You tell me what it makes sense to do.
I mean, it's 11 points if he wants to burn luck.
What am I currently attempting to accomplish, and what are the ramifications for failure?
So this is, so you got the business. This is to put the order in a way that makes it seem like it's a legit order, like it's coming in the right channels. It has like all the right like serial numbers and the like number of units that are requested and those kinds of things, that it doesn't seem like a bizarre like, hey, why do we only have one of these being requested, you know, and somebody asked somebody that question.
So if I push this, what would you say the negative repercussions are of failure?
I think if you push this and it fails, it's going to, yeah, I don't know. If you guys want to come up with a better mechanic, that's fine. In my mind, in espionage, like elevating it to a higher alert level is always a problem.
That seems,
Got
yeah,
it.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
it's gonna
that
draw.
totally seems fair.
Instead of making it less suspicious, he makes it more suspicious by
Right.
accident.
Yep.
All right, Sam, what do you think? Spend Ben's luck or push?
How much luck does he have? It's somewhere in like the
Nobody knows.
40s, I think. It was like
His initial roll was 16.
Oh,
16 on the dice.
16, yeah, and then he was five times that.
times
oh, so
five.
80. Initial roll was 80.
80. I was like, he has a ton of luck. I think just spin the luck.
Yeah, I'm just
I
gonna
think
spend
I think he
11
would be okay
points.
with. Yeah, I think he would be okay with you spinning luck.
If Ben has a serious issue with that, I can give him my luck points or, spend my own down.
Yeah, that sounds fair. Okay, great. So so you got the order put in, which is legit.
Actually, thinking about it, that might not be a bad approach in general for when you're deciding about spending luck for other people that you're playing. Like, yeah, you can do it. It's still your luck points.
Yeah.
Moving forward, not retroactive.
Right. Okay, cool. So then that's putting that in. And then it's a question of waylaying the package, which is going to be a stealth maneuver.
Say, is there any way Varlo can assist with this?
I was going to say, I was actually thinking that
'Cause
Varlo would probably be the one on the
Varlo would
ground
probably be the one to do this.
doing it. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, he's the one that's going to go kind of intercept our package and
Yep,
make it disappear.
exactly. Yeah. Go ahead and give it a roll.
All right. Woo, okay. That's an extreme success.
This thing vanishes. Like I'm going to say on that extreme success, like the postal person like checked it in as like delivered. So as far as anyone anywhere knows, this is all above board, kosher, totally clean. It got where it was supposed to go, and nobody is any the wiser.
And the amount of sub 10 rolls tonight is kind of wild. I mean, granted, the amount of crit fail rolls.
I was going to say
kind
the number
ridiculous.
of above 90 rolls is also pretty brutal.
We're kind of polarizing our rolls tonight.
Cool. Okay, so you guys have an Imperial camera droid that's relatively small. Chris Stan reprograms it, no problem. He's like, it's ours.
Beautiful.
You have remote control over it. You don't have remote viewing over it, so it is going to need to like go record and then you retrieve it.
Yeah, we can tell it like where to go, but we're not like actively flying it.
Yep.
Is that accurate?
If you want to actively fly it, it's totally rigged that way. And I think I would allow you to apply your hovercraft
okay,
pilot
cool.
to that for sure.
Yeah, I was just wondering how actively flying would go if I can't see where it's going. If it doesn't have any kind of remote transmission, am I able to like direct it, or do I need to have like a line of sight to fly it?
That's a good question. So let me think about this. So I think what I'm thinking is like it's telephoto lens, like for like distance shots, like that's capturing it, but like it has little, eyes and everything around it for just like what is nearby.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So yeah, I will happily, use my hovercraft skill to fly that sucker around if need be.
Cool. Okay, great. Well, let's call it there. It's always so interesting to me. I never know how these games are going to go.
Me either. I don't think any of us do.
Nope.
Okay, so we still need to meet Ani.
Yes.
And we have our Imperial camera droid. And we flirted with and made friends with Gillum.
Yeah.
And
Want me to roll for Ben's luck improvement?
sure.
All right.
I don't know what it is, but I'm betting a 25 won't improve it.
Seems
there's
unlikely.
no way. There's no way.
All right, can roll for mine.
Dang
Oh, yes. How much do we get on improvement?
D10.
D10.
My abysmal luck does not improve.
3 points up.
I rolled a 13 on my luck check,
Oh,
Oh,
which my luck is 27. So no improvement.
cool.
and we have regained our force points by next game.
Your force points?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. And did we agree on those recovered by scene?
Totally up to you. Per the
Okay.
book, it's 1 per hour.
Right. Yeah. I like scene refresh for it.
I'm good with that.
It's more or less the same thing, honestly, most of the time.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I'm like, I have 6 force points, but no force powers. So
Yeah.
oh,
Again, these are ones that if you can make up as we go too, Sam. That's
cool. Is there? How does that?
Yeah,
How
how
does that
do
work
we
with-
buy new skills in game?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is like, how do I buy a new force power skill thing
Or specialize in something.
or special? Yeah,
let's see. I had
I
rules for
didn't actually
this.
think about that when I didn't put anything in those off the bat.
I mean, that was kind of
it'll
my whole reason
it'll
for
default to your skill start, right? So it's like if you add a force power and it's probably tied to your POW, it would start
Okay,
at
started
whatever
mine would start at a
fifth. Yeah,
Cool.
a fifth the associated characteristic.
highly unlikely.
Yeah.
but how do we actually activate that? Like what? Okay, I want to choose like 10 new force powers that all start at
Yours are all taken, I think. I I gave everyone 4.
okay, but if people so back that out, what about other skills? Like I currently don't have
I
any-
understand that. Can we hold
history.
on? Hold on. Let's talk force for powers first.
Sure.
And then we can move on. My brain is still on the first problem.
Cool.
So yeah, so if we're in the middle of a scene or something and you're like, oh, I want to be able to do this thing, and your character discovers it, and then that's fine. Then you add it to your character sheet at a fifth of your POW level.
Okay.
Unless it seemed like not it's kind of like one of my examples is like Boromir's, taking a gazillion arrows, right? Like that's not really a magical power in the same way that we think of it as coming from like POW, although maybe it is. I don't know. If you could make an argument for a different associated skill, I would listen to that argument, basically.
That makes
Okay,
sense.
Cool. Yeah.
So that's how we add new force powers or like cool stuff that your character can do that's out
Things
of
that you
game mechanic system,
Got it.
right?
Okay. Sounds good.
And then for new skills, I do not have a mechanic. So if people
Condition?
care about that, I can come up with one. It's probably going to be something like you need someone with an instructor skill.
Could I make a different recommendation?
Yes.
Allow people to remove 3 check marks from other utilized skills in order to get a brand new skill at base percentage.
What do you mean?
So
Check marks. So like 3 skills that you would otherwise have a chance to improve at the end of the adventure.
Oh, like at the
Instead,
end of the
you can-
adventure when you would roll for improvements, like forego
Yep.
several improvements.
What is there I think it's a good idea on a meta level. I guess I'm having a little bit of a hard time with the mechanical justification. It's like, oh, I use law and science and I don't know, something history, and I want to get running skill.
So make it so that people have to remove check marks from some vaguely associated skill. Like if you're trying to get something that's combat based, it
Yeah.
needs to be like some physical skill, some dexterity or or strength or con based skill. And I'm not wed to any particular approach, but I do think that there should be something that
Yeah.
lets people.
And like if it's something like needing an instructor, we could potentially work that out with like our handler person. Like, hey, we need somebody who like can show us something.
Yeah, the problem with that, I've never played an RPG where instructional skills utilized in that fashion didn't lend themselves to serious abuse.
Yeah, this might be a ponder
Yeah.
and return.
Yeah. I
kind of-
also am a big fan of the like the in Shadowrun, you start with a skill level of 1 and then it is harder to get. So I don't mind the force powers starting at a fifth of the power or whatever, but I think that I do want new skills to start at 1 and then, progress up from there.
Although you did note when you and I were talking about this that that basically locks those skills in as useless forever, at least according to your kind of vision of how the game is going to play out.
Tell me more about that.
Basically, you told me that because of how infrequently skill improvements were likely to happen, my gaming the system by putting in like super low points on a bunch of skills is unlikely to ever reap any particular rewards.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it depends on your point of view. So what's the average roll on a D8? It's what, 4.5?
4.5.
So every time we do a skill advancement, you would be getting 9 skill points up to a skill of 30.
Wait, where did you come up with that?
If you fail your roll, you're adding, is it 2D?
Between a D10 and 2D10, depending on how low the skill is. It's 2D10 for, 2D8? Huh.
Yeah, that I was gonna say that. I remember it being different die sizes. I think the only one that was D10s was the luck. The
Yep.
luck was like a single D10. Yeah, that seems like what I remember.
Sure. So 9 points on
Yeah.
using skill.
So yeah, and I again, I don't know exactly how long this is going to take. Like I expected for the first adventure to be done by now, so it's obviously taking longer, which is fine. Like I think it'll probably only take one more session. You guys are pretty close to this.
Yeah, I think we're pretty well near the end of
cracking it.
this endeavor.
But what, that was 10 weeks. So that's 5. So you could probably count on 4 to 5 skill advancements, I would say, in the course of the game. So
Okay.
it just depends on what you consider functional. You know what I mean? It's like, in my opinion, the difference between having a 70 in a skill and between having a 30 or 40 in the skill is tremendous. And that may just be my like bias. What I am seeing as the GM is that it's really those high level skills that are useful. Like if you have a 20 or 30, it's like,
It's like I could try it kind of thing. But
yeah, exactly.
not a, like this is something we can work around.
Yes.
Plan
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. I think that's the difference is like, we can't count on this, but like with Kristan doing the thing that he just did, it's like, that's a pretty high degree of success activity,
Yeah, him having like 70s and above and that stuff, and like Varlo having a 75 in stealth to go intercept the package.
Right.
70 really seems to kind of be the cutoff where between luck and push, it's not a foregone conclusion, but it's a reasonable degree of certainty.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then real quick, one more rule thing. So I did this wrong for sense earlier, Ken. So your initial was maybe it requires a hard success to be able to probe deeper than surface level, and extreme success for deeply hidden or mentally obscured. So basically, if you get a regular success, you can get surface level thoughts questions. If you get a hard success, deeper or deeply hidden. And if you get an extreme success, something that's like really deep down, is how I read this.
Yeah. I feel like the deeper thought and deeply hidden thought are kind of like there's a big difference between those two, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Let me think on it.
Okay, yeah, we can
and come up-
evaluate. I also forget how valuable knowledge skills are.
No, you know what? That's totally fair.
I think it was earlier today we were talking at the cabin, and Andrew Huang was like, "No, I have a lore bard because I'm playing an Eric's game."
No, I mean, you know how avidly all of my characters in any of your games always pursue knowledge.
Yes. Yeah. So, anyways, for consideration, and it may come up less often.
What would you think about something like because currently the point spread is 1 point for surface, 2 for deep, 4 for very deep, 8 for essentially like psychic surgery.
Right.
What about 1 point for surface, 4 points for deep, but it only takes a regular success, 4 points for very deep, but it takes a hard success?
Oh, cool. Yeah, I actually like the idea of systematizing the cost associated with the success.
Yeah, let me go ahead and I'll write that up. Do
Yeah,
you like that as a general approach though?
I think so. Yeah, I also like the idea of getting hard and extreme successes translating to more information.
Right.
But I'm also trying to respect the you get to ask a question as opposed to tell me all this thing.
Yeah. I think that's a good system with what you've proposed there, Ken.
Yeah. All right, I gotta go get dinner so I can get ready for the next game. You guys gotta go ready for the next game too.
Yep. Likewise. Yep.
Huzzah.
Cool.
Okay, thanks for the game, guys. I had a lot of fun.
See you soon.
Bye.
Take care. Talk to you guys soon.